Welcome back guys, and today we are here with my round 4 match in the Steam Showdown, and today we are playing finally not a green-black based mid-range deck. We are playing a Matttoofar, and he is on his, what's it called? I'm trying to think of the name. Dynavolt Tower, kind of a grixis-y, kind of a control deck, kind of a mid-range burny deck. It's kind of a hybrid between the two, you know, the good old grixis Dynavolt Tower is what I'm calling it. And I'm looking forward to this matchup, because it's nice to finally not be playing a green-black mid-range deck. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this matchup. We do run several cards that are good in the matchup. Reclamation Stage has plenty of targets, of course the Dynavolt Tower, but he also runs stuff like Key to the City and Fevered Visions, all of which are good targets to hit. And other good cards, Pulse and Rasa is fantastic. If I ever get to the situation where I am establishing a Pulse plus Vexing Scuttler loop, it's going to be very hard to lose, just because his deck doesn't really have much creature pressure. It's more based on like burn spells and stuff. So if I can just keep looping these and keep gaining 6 life each turn, it's going to be very hard for him to keep up. But one thing to keep in mind in the matchup is that my 2-drops are kind of weak to his removal. He runs Shocks, Fatal Pushes, and unlicensed disintegrations, so it means if I'm off the play, it's a very good chance my Druid of the Cowl is not going to survive. So I can't really rely on it for mana too much, but either way it's a fun matchup, and hopefully we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can get some nice satisfying wins, and that's all you can ask for really. I will, sorry, just realised my laptop isn't charging, which means I don't want to die. I don't want to run out of battery halfway through. Let's put it that way. But either way, I'm looking forward to this. So for those of you who aren't aware, my current record, I am 3-1. I think no, I'm not 3-1. What am I? I'm 2-1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm 2-1, which means if I win this, I only have to win, I think, one more, and then I'm guaranteed top it. But if I lose this, I'm not out. I just need to win the rest of my matches, because it's a 6-round tournament. So, either way, I'm looking forward to this. We will send Matt the invite. And he said he's going to need 5 minutes, but to be fair, I'll just send him the invite now. But I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what time zone he's in, but he is 5 hours behind me, which is... I'm not 5 hours, he's 10 hours behind me, which is pretty awkward for scheduling. For instance, right now it's 22:08 my time, so I don't even know what the time it is for him, but we have connected, so let's get this over with. Matttoofar, he's on the play, so just proving there that inviting doesn't guarantee you're always on the play. And let's see the opener. No. Grapple the Past makes that tempting, but well, this isn't looking pretty at all. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. This'll have to do. Mulligan to 4 is not exactly how I dreamt up this matchup going, I'll be the first to admit. I didn't test for 15 hours, I didn't cry, do research, do maths, and do all this stuff just to have to mulligan to 4, but I'm sure I'll be fine, and I'm sure we'll win this game. Well, there's a Post on Rasa, so if we do draw lands, we actually have one of the techs versus his deck, but I'm fine. This is exactly how I wanted this to go. It's just how we drew it up. Of course he doesn't get mana screwed, he's running 22 lands, of course he wouldn't get mana screwed, but I, on 24! Yeah, well, again, it's not a bad card in the matchup, but it's not a bad card in the matchup. I was kind of hoping he was sitting on removal and nothing else, but I guess I have a nice little card filtering across from us. Okay, like I said, there's 3 matches, we still have 2 more games to win after this one. But this is my favourite part of the tournament, when you know you're completely screwed, but you kind of have to just keep talking. Like if this was on the ladder, I'd just leave, but there's a 1% chance we can draw out of this. Gotta play for the odds. Fevered Visions would be a fantastic draw. Unfortunately, he main phases the Arms of the Vein, which is a decent sign, I guess. It could be worse. At least he didn't slam down a tower. Land. Second Rex Age. I mean, I'm trying to think of any of them old cards. Obviously, if I could go back in time, that hand where I had the 2-lander with the grapple with the past, maybe a keep. But the thing that turned me off that hand is I had nothing else really going on, and I had like a bunch of 5-drops and only had one colour. So I stand by that mulligan, but things could be getting ugly here. He's definitely packing removal for this Druid of the Cowl. Well, do we even just play Primal Druid instead? Like, realistically. Because if he's got removal... So if he's got removal, the Druid dies, but if he kills Primal Druid, then we can follow that with a Pulse and Rast, and we might not be out this game. Because if he kills Druid and we like draw land, I mean, I guess we just lead Druid. Like if he has removal spell, he's not going to use it on Primal Druid anyway. There's no especially when I'm mana screwed, there's no way he'd use it on that. I could hope he misplays, but I don't see the point. I think it's better to just kind of hope he doesn't have a removal spell in hand. Shock doesn't do it, I guess, so he could be sitting on a bunch of shocks. Unlicensed Disintegration, again, he doesn't have the artifact yet, so I wouldn't be too upset there. It's only really Fatal Push I'm upset about. And he passes back to us, so this game might be on here, especially as we do the second one. So I will attack, because I don't need the 3rd mana. I'm not going to Rex Edge nothing. And then if he kills one of them, you could have a Radiant Flames. If you Radiant Flames, we're in deep trouble. So I think it's better to do Primal Druid. Because he's definitely got... he must have something in hand. If he had a Fatal Push, he would have used it last turn. And he's not really... I mean... and I guess he's going face here, so... unfortunately we have nothing to get back with our Pulse and Marassa. But if he had a... I mean, I was putting him on Radiant Flames there, because if he had Fatal Push, he would have used it. And I'm surprised he didn't just kill my Druid of the Cowl. Instead of, like, keep me on 1 mana. But, we're not out this game yet. We're not out the woods, but we're not out this game. That's not a good draw, but, he's not putting, like, the biggest clock in the world on us. So if we can get a creature in our graveyard, or he can get a creature in his graveyard, or land. He does run Evolving Wilds in his deck, so we could give him a land back. Obviously that's not ideal, but it would gain us 6 life. And I'm fine with the Radiant Flames here, because... there we go, he's going face. I'm fine with the Radiant Flames if he has it, because we get the land, we can just pulse back a Druid. So... as long as he can't burn me out fully here, we might be okay. And he has used quite a lot of his burn. That's a Rex Edge target. And then we can attack in here. So for a mulligan to fall, this obviously hasn't been too competitive, but it could have been worse. Gotta go for this. We have the second one, so I'm not too worried. And then we can attack him for 1. He didn't activate it, which is something to keep in mind. But we have 4 mana. If we draw a 5th land, we can actually deep... well, it needs to be a blue source, but then we can Deep Fiend. There's the Sirens, there's an Alchemist Vial. Obviously I'm not gonna... Alchemist Vial is one of the few artifacts I'm not worried about for the Rex Age. So we just need to get something in our graveyard. A land, a grapple with the past would be a fantastic draw. But I feel a lot more safer if this Pulse from Marassa is online. I can activate it at least once. But we will see how this one continues here. There is a Chandra. That is what we call in the field a problem. He can burn us for 2, and we can't even kill it on the backswing. Although we can get it to 1. He gets an Evolving Wilds, he exiles the Evolving Wilds, so we still don't have it up. So we're going to be on a pseudo 5 life here, and he actually can even tap us down further, but not too much we can do about that. there's a blue source, nice. So we could Deep Fiend end step, tap him down, or tap down all on his turn. I mean, tap him down, Deep Fiend kill Chandra, and we'd have an emerge target, so we'd have to pull some Rasa back. So I think it might just be right to go into attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need all our lands, unfortunately. So we'll just attack like that. And then we Deep Fiend our opponent next turn, and then that gives us Pulse from Rasa back, and we have a life total to play with. Because unfortunately he hasn't deposited a land himself, and we're not going to get a creature in any other way apart from emerging here. So, and this gets us a red source, but he could just kill us here. But that's all we've got. But if he can't kill us this turn, we are in fantastic shape. Though there's plenty of ways he could do it. He could burn us, then license disintegration. There's a shock, which I guess it's 6 and 2 3s. And he has 2 cards in hand. It's going to be hard for him to burn us out here. I guess I could have. Okay. Is this thing tap? Yes, it is tap. So we can tap that down. So tap you, we'll get his black out of the way. Well, we can't get all his black, so we'll get his blue out of the way. When we get the emerge, we'll get a red source, just in case. We've already got double blue and plenty of green. And now we can pull some Rasa to get back that thing. Even if he unlicenses, he needs unlicensed plus shock, and he's already shown us 1 shock, 2 shock. He's already shown us 2 shock, so. This turn we take Chandra off the board. We attack with all. Take Chandra off the board, and then we pulse main phase because we don't want him to top deck a burn spell and then do it in response. So, yeah. We can get back a prime. Actually, we're gonna get back deep. I think we get back, actually. I think we get back Primal Druid. Because we've already got an Eldrazi in hand, and then we can start juggling with Vexing Scuttler. So I like that. 8 life is a bit more of a buffer now, and we can do it again next turn. So this could be one of the greatest comebacks of all time, but we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. 6 life is a huge buffer. I mean, it means he essentially can't top deck us. His draw hasn't been fantastic either, to be fair to him. He didn't really punish us too hardly. 2 main phase Alchemist Vials and Fiery Temper wasn't really as brutal as his draw can get. But how much lands do we have, etc. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Deep Fiend 7, 4. So we 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we can attack with all luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 mana. Deep Fiend is 7, 6, 5. So we can Deep Fiend and Pulse, which is what I'm after. So I'd rather play this conservatively rather than you know. Yes, please. Put that in hand. So I'd rather attack for 2 here, and then hold up Pulse from Rasa, and then we'll have a huge life total buffer. So I mean, I could have gotten for 2 points of damage, but I think that's fairly irrelevant as it stands. We get to pulse here and get back a Deep Fiend or something, and then we can just pile on the pressure. His only removal from our big creatures is Unlicensed Disintegration, and he's already used 1 as a Radiant Flames, so we're gonna pulse now. We've got no choice. Yeah, we have to pulse now. I'm gonna get back Deep Fiend. We've already got so much mana that we can almost hardcast them now. and he's down to 1 card in hand. He's probably going to keep that vial as long as possible for his unlicensed disintegrations. But I don't think we're in a situation where we can use our Rex Sage on a vial just in case that comes up. Because, and I don't think we can play our Rex Sage hard on the field because, like, Dynavolt Tower. I think it's right to just pass here. And then hard cast our Deep Fiend end step. I'll tell you, this has been some game. As an Alchemist Vial, can't do anything. Ooh, ooh, whoa, yeah, we're gonna tap you down now. Hit 8, we'll tap down. And he doesn't tap his mana in response, which means he can't disintegration here. I guess I could have tapped on the Alchemist Vial, but I'm kind of happy if he uses the Alchemist Vial just for disintegration. And get to smack him for a lot here. Well, we get to smack him for a decent chunk either way, and he either has to use the vial or not. So Ulamog is close, but he's still relatively far away. And he lets me attack. Past the turn, we've got nothing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're still 2 mana off Ulamog. And he's getting to Talon Timeless here. 14 life is a decent buffer, but it's not unsurmountable, if you know what I mean. But land is a good draw, creatures are a good draw. As long as he can't kill us too fast, land is a good draw here. And we're the ones putting the pressure on. We have lethal on board, and he has to use that vial. He does have a lot of mana though. Maybe there's an argument at some point I should have played out this Rex Sage just to keep forcing in damage. Maybe I'd agree with you at this point. But I'm just terrified of like a Dynavolt Tower going nuts. I think it's a good buffer to have in hand. And yeah, so we'll just have to see how this one plays out. Big Chandra is a problem. Dynavolt Tower. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm happy I kept this Rex Sage in hand. We can like there's no point Baral's expertise in, because you just sacrifice the vial and then we'll be killing the tower anyway. So if he taps out, he dies. Unless he drew disintegration. And if he uses, so we get to Rex Edge the tower before he can get the energy advantage from it. And then I guess we go from there. Vexing Scuttler, we've got to pull some Rasta in the graveyard, thank god. We can start juggling them some more. But I think first things first, we will tap a bit better here. So he can like shock a creature. I mean, he needs to cast 2 spells before he can activate the tower. And then Fatal Push. It's not going to work. Oh, he's going to sacrifice the Vial, yeah. But he needs to sacrifice the Vial first. Yeah. Hungry Flames. At the face. He's tapped out though, so he is dead now. He could have survived a turn. But I'm guessing he just called in the tower. No, he does live a turn here. But we will attack for 4. And then we'll continue our looping chain here. so he can buy himself another turn here because he just needs to use the vial. But either way, I think we've just generated so much advantage that it's going to be hard to lose. I'm just going to keep getting the scuttlers. I see no reason to get a Deep Fiend to try and sense blood in the water, because we can just keep doing this over and over. And eventually we'll be able to cast Ulamog, which will close out the game. We just need to life buffer here. And he lets us attack, so I'm assuming he's cold in the tower. He says GG. I will say GG back. So that's game 1. Mulligan to 4. We missed our land drops. Came back. I'm in shock. But the game's not over yet. Let's finish our second one before we pop out the champagne. Wow. Mulligan to 4. Jesus. Magic's a crazy game. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, it happened. I mean, it just happened, didn't it? We just mulliganed to 4 and just made it look easy. But that was very much down to Pulse from Rasa. It's such a blowout for his deck. He doesn't run counter spells. He can't stop it. It's very hard for him to come back from, especially if I can start chaining them. But anyway, let's see this hand. This is much more promising. It's not the greatest hand in the world again, but we have the Pulse and we have a 2-drop to play at least. So it's much. I mean, it's after the last hand. I think pretty much anything's a keep on 7. But either way, I think we should be okay here. We'll just see how this one plays out. Like I said, just because we won on a mulligan to 4 doesn't mean we're going to win every single game from now on. We could definitely get a better draw and could close it out faster and all that stuff. So actually, I'm going to get the Aether Hub down because in case he kills it, then maybe somehow I can cast a Chandra or something. It counts as a red source, and then it also counts as my other colours. So again, this Pulse Maras is dead in my hand, but I'm hoping we can draw some actions, stuff like Rogue Refiners, Treasure Keepers, and you know, keep the pressure coming. There's a turn 2 key to see. I wouldn't mind drawing my Rex Sage for that. Otherwise, we are kind of just sitting here passing. But we'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, more land. We are just sitting here passing. But we have the life gain buffer, so it's just a matter of time. If he doesn't kill us too quickly and we find our Eldrazi, it's very hard for him to come back from. Like I said, the Vex and Scuttler chain is very hard for him to beat. But unfortunately, like a Grapple with the Vast would be a fantastic draw, all that stuff. Has he missed his land drop? No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, we're not doing anything either, so it's just a case of stare at each other. There's the grapple I was asking for. I'm going to cast it now, because in case I draw another 2-drop, I see no point holding it up. He knew I didn't have it last turn, so Ulamog. Well, we've got the Pulse, so I guess we just get this thing. Just try and turbo ramp our way up. Because now we've got the Ulamog plus Pulse Marasa. Unless something spectacular happens, I might just play for the Ulamog win. Like cast it, I mean on 4, 5, if he kills this, 6, 7, so it's still a while away the Ulamog, but it is an option now with the Pulse Marasa, although I don't want to fixate on it too much. We do have other options for the let's see if he uses his key. He does not. We do have other options for the Pulse, i.e. if we get like a Vex and Skull or a Deep Fiend or something. There's the Femid Visions. That's kind of a scary draw, but it's not the end of the world. It does draw us an extra card, which means, and our life total is not really too pressured because of the Pulse, so as long as things don't go too disastrously wrong here, we should be okay. Like, we draw an extra card a turn now, which there's a Deep Fiend, so I might try and get that on his upkeep, but unfortunately he doesn't have one. Let's see if we can try and sneak out his turn here. It ramps us a bit as well. Crack the Evolving Wilds first main, come on, do it. Give me an option to respond, damn it. Oh well. Guess we'll just do it now. See if he forgets to crack his vial and his Evolving Wilds in response. That does use our energy. I'm not going to tap his key, that would be suicide. See if he forgets to use his Evolving Wilds. He does not. He's on the ball. Because Evolving Wilds actually has to tap, so if it's tapped you can't use it, but that rarely comes up. Yes please, I'll use you. I'll get my double blue or double red. I think double blue is the priority. For the Brawl's expertise, we only have the 2 Chandras. I could get punished for that, but we had to use our energy there, so we're still well off double red, so I think getting the double blue locked up first is more important. We can also like pulse for it back, but we have the pulse which is 6 life here, and I think he has to discard. And we're putting on a decent clock, and more land. So unfortunately we get punished for not getting the red, but beggars can't be choosers. We'll attack here. How much land do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can't Ulamog next turn, so we want to be careful with that. But we do get to draw 2 more cards here. There's 1 red source. There's another red source, so I guess our lands are fine. And if he just goes Hyper Burn, we can like pulse back a Ulamog. I don't know. We can't bounce these things, unfortunately. Burrow's expertise is only artifacts or creatures. But we're putting on a clock as well, and there's a Dynavolt house, so he's got all his artifacts here. But he has no energy yet. But now he's probably more enticed to use his Fatal Push. Ideally we draw Vex and Scuttler and it just becomes very hard to lose this game. But we'll see. There's a Fatal Push, so we're still miles off Ulamog now. I could bounce his tower and his key to the city, which might be the option to be honest. And that gets us back Ulamog. And then we just try and hit our land drops and just slow him down a bit. So that means we're not pulsing here, we just brawls at worst, or we can do both. Okay, I think we're okay. We can attack first. Yeah, that second pulse might just seal this, I think. It's going to be he's going to need a very strong draw here. So we're brawls, bounce you, finish. So it's interesting he's going to discard here, because he doesn't actually get to use the key. Oh, he's got the Arms of the Vein, never mind. But we get to cast a Pulse, and we get to cast a second Pulse, and we're going to be playing an Ulamog next turn. 6-12, in 2 turns at least. So he needs to kill us in 2 turns, I think. He does gain some life, which is relevant in his current situation. Just going to get Ulamog back. Ooh, that's a mistake. I should have got back Druid of the Cowl, and then I could have. I'm an idiot. I could have played Druid of the Cowl, and then I could have played Druid of the Cowl, and that would mean I could have got Ulamog out unless he killed it. So that's going to cost me a turn here, but hopefully it won't matter too much. We are taking quite the beating though, even through these Pulse and Marasas. Like he does have to take his entire turn to redeploy here, but yeah, that was a mistake. Because we're not going to be pulsing this next, because we're not going to be Ulamog in this next turn, I see no reason to cast this pulse now in case he uses removal in response. So, but that costs us big time. But we are in essentially 1917, 15 life still, but he has drawn so many, well, 12 life now. I might want to just pulse main phase next turn. Well, I guess we might as well do it now. Just get back a Druid. Just because while he's tapped out, I don't want to get killed by a flurry of burn spells at instant speed. Rex Sage is a good draw. X is his best draw on our deck there. We can now kill the... I'm not sure what we want to kill. Which Tower's good for 3, Feud Visions is good for 2. But Tower hits us for 3 anyway. But Tower's already going to hit us for 3. So it only punishes if he plays like 2 more spells next turn, which he could do. But I think it's right to just go Ishkana. And then Rex Sage on a Fevered Visions, I think, because that saves us 2 damage instantly. And I just realised we didn't have Delirium, which is a rookie mistake. Instant sorcery creature. So yeah, we're missing a land. But we are presenting lethal. He does have... But then we get to Ulamog him next turn. But it's... I mean, we're definitely not like guaranteed to have won this game, because if he can go as like unlicensed disintegrations here are very, very good for him. And he's drawn so many cards, it would be practically impossible for him not to have seen one. Because he needs to clean up the board and he also needs to damage me. If he cleans up the... unlicensed does both, and then Ulamog, it comes down, but if we're low enough, we just die anyway. But it looks like he's tapped out of unlicensed mana unless he has the land. So I think the key here is to get both towers with the Ulamog. Yeah, let's think. Both towers, you can activate one and then we should be in a better situation, I think. Because then he discards like an Arms to the Vein or a Fiery Temper here, we go down to 11. Then we'll be presenting a very lethal clock. Shock. He's going upstairs, that's a bad sign for us. Arms to the Vein? We are... I think we're just dead, but maybe we could have grappled looking for a Vex and Sculler. But I think it's right to go after the towers here. Yeah, we're just dead here, because we're going to go down to 4 life. There's no way he can't kill me from 4 when he's drawn so many cards. Well, 3 life, yeah, we're just dead here. There's no way we... 1 life, yeah, we're dead. There's so many cards, there's no way we are coming back from this. The Arms of the Veins, bottom of the time, the life game. Yeah, he could even dig for more with the key to see we're 100% dead, so this is going to a game 3. Yeah, okay. Damn it, that was a good game, that. It was my own fault as well, I could have Ulamog to turn earlier. that was rook. We had the double pulse, I can't even complain about that draw. we drew really well as well, we just, he beat us down really fast. So I'm going to send him another invite and then hopefully we can come back. But if you told me I'd played 2 games where one of them I kept a 7 and with two Pulsar Morasses, and one I kept a 4-lander, I mean I kept a 4-hander, and I was only going to win one of them games, I think I would have put bets on which one I would have won. But anyway, game 3 here. Let's see how this one goes. I'm on the play again. Hopefully we can get a fairly good hand. This'll have to do. I've got no green mana, but I'm hoping Grapple with the Past digs us for it. This might be a bad idea, but I think it's worth risking. If Grapple doesn't hit us green mana though, it should get us close enough. Most of our mana gets green, so I don't know. Maybe it's a mulligan. Maybe it is a mulligan, but if we hit green, this hand is solid because we get close to Delirium for Ishkana, and then we can go from there. But Moment of Truth. Next turn is going to be it. We have 4 digs at it. Green mana. It's a way more common than any other mana, and then we'll see from there. But I've enjoyed this match immensely, even if the worst comes to worst here. Just gonna do it now. Well, asking you shall receive. At least we can cast a cooler spell. That's kind of my argument there. We hit a second grapple, which isn't good either. But maybe we can top deck the natural green source. Getting punished for not leading the island there. Maybe I should have thought that through, because we could have played a Primal Druid this turn. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain that I naturally do the green source I needed. But I was still quite a ways away from Delirium. We have Creature and Instant in there, so we need to get like Artifact with that Tireless Tracker, and then maybe a Planeswalker or a land or a Sorcery. All of which we run on a deck, but it's gonna be this Shishkana might just be a 3/5 this game, just like it was last game. Okay, does he have the tower? He does not, which is a good sign for us. I think we just play our Tireless Tracker. I mean Treasure Keeper. And then we'll see where this goes. We have a Deep Fiend next turn, which I don't mind casting. If I can take his entire turn, that would be nice. Hungry Flames, that's a good spell, but I mean we do get the rebuy here. We just get to ping us for 2. Ideally we hit a Pulse and Marasa. I'll be saying that a lot. Unfortunately we hit Druid of the Cowl. Chandra's on the bottom of our deck, we've got to keep that in mind now. As is a Vexing Skiller. But we've already got one in hand, so things should be okay. But this is where the not playing the island last turn costs us, because we could have went like emerged off the Primal Druid, and we were not able to do that if he kills our Druid of the Cowl here. But I think we will just play the Deep Fiend. So 5, 6, go down to 2. So you have 4 mana, so we can't Deep Fiend this turn, so yeah, we're going to get cost for that. So I guess we just actually play out you, and that gives us energy, so we have an extra green source now. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. As a Druid of the Cowl, we'll play you out instead. And the game tapped funny, which means we missed 1 point of damage, but we get blown up by Radiant Flames here. Absolutely. But because he used the Hungry Flames, I'm kind of assuming he doesn't have it yet, although he is digging for it here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should have played around Radiant Flames. But my thinking is because of the way he played that, because he used the Hungry Flames. Yeah, and he's shocking us here. He mustn't have it. And he's going face, which is ominous, which means he actually might have it. So I retract my previous statement, Your Honor. And we'll continue with this. There's only 2 Radiant Flames in the decks. Same chance of me finding a Pulse from Marasa, although I can't really complain about that. I have seen plenty each game. Come on, leave main phase, thank you. Okay, so we have a good turn now. So I think so you cost 4 to emerge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 mana, so we can actually... We have to leave the Druids back if we want to do this. But I'm going to attack for 3, I'm going to play... Well, I can just play Druid. If he kills this, I can just play Druid, okay. Or we'll just emerge off now. To save 2 points of damage? No, it doesn't save it because it's dual target. Yeah, so... I don't think it does anyway. I guess we'll never know now. And we just Deep Fiend him off this thing, and then we can flip this the next turn, and then hopefully get something going from there. But I am conscious of my life total with no life gain in sight, but he doesn't have a Dynavolt Tower or a Fevered Visions, which is when his deck does its most powerful things. Okay, so we'll see if he wants to minus here, or if he just wants to go face. We can of course merge off the one he wants to do, so he's going up. So I guess we do this now in case he hits shot. No, because then he'll just, yeah, so there's no point doing it now. Okay, maybe I should have done it now, but I don't know. I thought he was plussing because of I thought he was plussing because of you know, deal the damage. So maybe I got punished for that there. I did get punished, but I don't think there's any way I could have known. And we get to flip on this here, kill his planeswalker. So of course the extra turn is meaningless in this matchup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can actually play Ishkana, but we don't have Delirium, so not really looking forward to that. I think I'll just attack. And then plus on this here. Could make the token actually, that might be an option. In fact, I think I do like making the token. Just putting on as much pressure as possible here. I hope I didn't play my land out. I don't think I did. I did not. Good. We don't have any really like a pulse morass or anything. I could dig for a pulse so I can make the 4/4. I like making the 4/4. Because now we have 9, 10, 11 power attacking with a flip Nissa. But he does have the tower, unfortunately. And 4 cards in hand, so things can go south very quickly here. But if he prioritizes killing Nissa, it saves me 3 life. And then gives us more digs essentially. And we can, worst case we can, as in license, that's worst case, that's worst card we could have seen there. There's nothing we can do about that. We really need, if we see a pulse, this might just turn the game on its head, I think. But if we don't see a pulse, we've got a difficult conversation. He kills on Nissa, which is nice, I guess. I think we just play... Okay, we attack first, I think. And we're just gonna... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could hardcast a Vex and Scuttle, get back a Grapple. And then Grapple gets us... Or we emerge... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, I think we just hardcast, get back Grapple. I was thinking about emerging, but then we'd lose a land anyway from one of these things, which means we can't cast Ulamog. So we might as well wait. Well, we're gonna have to wait a turn either way, so we might as well keep our 1/3 around. But we don't have a pulse. And I'm assuming he's just cracking wilds here. 14 life. He's down to 2 cards in hand, or 3 cards I guess when he comes to his turn. 14 life isn't huge, but it is an obstacle, and we are presenting a decent clock ourselves. Depends what's in his hand really. Depends what's in his hand really. We can grapple, get Radiant Flames. We still keep 2 of our creatures here, so it's a good thing we didn't emerge. Well, actually, I guess we should have emerged. I don't know what I'm talking about, but we got that over his hand. If he plays one more instant, yeah, okay, so he's gonna get to wipe our field here. Then, do we have Delirium yet? We do not. We're getting punished for not hitting a land, although we can grapple into Ishkana, hopefully hit Delirium. Let's see if he lets our Ashaya survive. He does. Interesting. Not sure that's a play I would have made, but I would have killed the Ashaya, I think. But because he's down to 1 card in hand. But we get to grapple. We just want to hit any sorcery, planeswalker, or land we want to get in the graveyard here. There's a land, so we'll just get Ulamog here. No. Ulamog? No. Deep Fiend. Deep Fiend. He's already used 1 sweeper. Why didn't I get Ulamog? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because we couldn't guarantee we could cast our Ulamog if we got Ulamog. We're down to 8. We're down to 8. He doesn't have a dynavolt up without 2 spells. He's only got 2 cards in hand. We're presenting lethal. We have a Deep Fiend to tap down some blockers. That's about as good as the spells get. Unlicensed plus tower doesn't kill us yet, and we don't have lethal either way if he kills the spider. But if he doesn't kill the spider, we can activate the spider and just kill him that way. We can attack with Lumbering Falls as well. We have lethal unless he can't kill us this turn, I don't think. Fiery Temper. So we go down to Shock. If his last card's Shock, we die. Don't do it. Don't do this to me. Don't have Shock. Don't have Shock. Don't have Shock. Okay, he's passing back. He's bad mannering us. Well, it's not really bad manners, but you know. Don't have Shock. Don't have Shock. Don't have Shock. Don't you dare. Don't you dare have Shock. Gonna attack with the land. I'm not taking any chances here. Don't you have Shock. Don't have Shock. Don't you dare. Don't be bad mannering me. Don't you dare. Come on. Please. Oh. Okay. No words. We mulliganed to 4. And in the game we should have won, we lost. And then the third game he didn't have the Shock. I'm exhausted. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. I'll see you later.